Everyone, welcome back to another Terra Classic video where today we're going to be discussing what in the world is going on with Terra Classic and Terra Luna 2.0. Because right now if we look at Terra Classic, it's down about 4% on the day with volume sitting at around 2.2 billion. And yesterday, out of nowhere, Terra Luna 2.0 skyrocketed to the moon. And I find it quite odd that when Terra Classic started to trend downwards a little bit, Terra Luna 2.0 out of nowhere just all of a sudden started to pump like nuts, and it looks like we just had a little bit of a major sell-off live during this video. All of a sudden Terra Luna 2.0 is down 7% and volume is sitting out around close to 7 billion. I don't think it's a coincidence at all that Terra Classic started to trend downwards when Terra Luna 2.0 immediately started to pump. I think this is some form of manipulation by the Terraform Labs team, or maybe it's just whales who are part of both of these communities. But ultimately, what are my sort of thoughts with this whole thing? Terraform Labs not only were responsible for the huge crash that happened with Terra Classic, but also essentially abandoning the project and leaving it to the community and the eventual dev team that hopped on board Tier Rebels to save the sinking ship. Now of course, right now it's still currently building Terra Classic. I mean, I'd say it has a much brighter future than Terra Luna 2.0 does, just with the history of Terraform Labs and everyone who's moved over into this new project. I think of anything, Terra Classic has a lot more potential as far as long-term goes. It has the community as well as a dev team. It doesn't mean it's not going to have struggles, it doesn't mean it's not going to take a really long time for it to, eventually return to where it once was. But I think we can all agree, even from like a moral and ethical perspective, that it's very difficult to defend Terraform Labs and the team that is behind a Terra Luna 2.0. Now, this isn't to bash anyone who's vested into this project. It's not your fault. You're just an investor, right? And congratulations to anyone who's made money from this run-up with this huge run-up with Terra Luna 2.0. But if I had to, bet on a horse in this race between Terra Classic and Terra Luna 2.0, I'm going with Terra Classic all day. And that isn't to say just because Terra Classic's down right now, it couldn't very easily see a recovery. Back we're in the green again. Let's go. It looks like someone might have sold off huge here and threw their money back into Terra Classic. I'm not exactly sure guys, live on video, pretty cool stuff. But if we do take a look at Terra Classic from a technical perspective, you'll note right now we can currently see our size trending upwards. We are, despite the fact price actions kind of consolidating sideways here at this level, our size trending upwards is looking good, stochastics looking good, moving average is looking good, and right now if we look at Carolina 2.0, it's looking pretty weak. RSI, we're seeing a bearish divergence, it's setting higher highs but lower lows on the RSI. So it wouldn't be shocked if we see a retracement with Terra Luna 2.0 quite soon. And I'm hopeful, our horses on this, I'm hopeful that Terra Classic, it's just going to continue to trend on upwards, and right now it's holding up quite strong. So we all know things can change very, very quickly. With regards to Terra Classic, it did have a nice bounce off of this 50 EMA. Sure. It kind of broke its pattern of let me get rid of this. It kind of broke its pattern of finding support on the 4-hour on the 20 EMA, but it did have a nice bounce here, and hopefully we're going to start seeing some bullish momentum to the upside on our moving averages, our stochastic, and probably we'll see the start to trend on downwards. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the comments though. Which horse are you betting on? Terra Classic, Terra Luna 2.0, and why? Or are you investing in both and really just trying to get all of the gains from both of them, guys? Appreciate you all. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel.